Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by IronMag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Thursday, September 28th, 2017. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. The old bodybuilding folklore says that a good big man beats a good little man every time. But given how dangerous some of these 212 guys are these days, I don't know how well that still holds up. But I do know that rookie monster in training, Luke Sandow, seems like he's making it his personal mission statement to make sure that little saying doesn't come to fruition. Knee-deep in the trenches of his off-season program, the latest news coming out of the Sandow camp is that the UK Powerhouse is officially tipping the scales at a cool 300 pounds. For a guy his size, Sandow still holds on to a nice set of clean lines and smooth proportions that really come to life once he starts to tighten up. So if he can start shifting his focus over to quality over quantity, he'll have a chance to come out and make some waves when he debuts early next season. They say that good wine and good liquor always gets better with age. And I guess that holds up for good bodybuilders too. Because earlier this week we were able to get our hands on some exclusive new behind-the-scenes photos from primetime amateur contender Vincenzo Missoni, as he continues his march towards earning his pro card in the IFBB. From what we can see, Dokos looks like he's started to pull in all the reins over the last few weeks and is finally starting to get that old school grainy onion skin look that we don't see all that often these days. And as far as conditioning is concerned, Dokos looks like he's right on track to be where he needs to be at this time out. So once he starts to add in those little finishing touches, I think that's when we can expect to see the magic start to happen. Lately, I've been starting to hear some rumblings about the talent in the super heavyweight class at this year's NPC Nationals, including some pretty heavy buzz surrounding 6'4", 280-pound, 24-year-old phenom Vincenzo Missoni. This week, sources inside Team Mass gave us the inside scoop on the big man's latest round of progress photos as he gears up to make a deep run at the NPC Nationals. From what we can see, this kid looks like he's already sporting size and conditioning of something straight out of a science fiction movie, and lending a little credence to some of the chatter I've heard about him being an early favorite to potentially bring home the overall title. If this guy turns out to be as good as advertised, then this thing might already be a foregone conclusion. So if you see everybody and their mother start hopping on the masked Missoni bandwagon a few weeks from now, make sure you remind them that you heard it here first. The lineup we saw hit the stage at this year's 212 Olympia was probably the most stacked one we've had in the history of the division, and that was without even throwing Alex Cabernero into the mix. Late Sunday night, new video was released from sources inside Team Fellow, where we catch a glimpse of the 212 All-Star just days away from transitioning into the next phase of his off-season program. Pound for pound, I'm not sure there's any athlete in the division who can roll out more aesthetically pleasing X-frame lines than Cabernero right now. So if he can find a way to get the ball rolling sometime in the first half of next season, this is a guy who's capable of putting together some truly awesome performances. Speaking of exciting 212 athletes, was there any rookie in the division this year who created more buzz than Nicolas Vullioud? Well, recently a handful of new training videos have started to trickle out of the Vullioud camp, including a chest training video where we see the rookie standout looking as thick and as nasty as he's ever been. Even with a very small sample size, you can see that this guy hasn't even come close to reaching his peak yet. And with another year or two of seasoning under his belt, he could be one of the heir apparents occupying one of those top 10 Olympia spots for many years to come.